Good morning. I'm Ron Roth from Leica Geosystems Geospatial Solutions Division, and this morning we're going to talk about Leica Real Terrain. Leica Real Terrain is a productivity package, and the motivation behind building Real Terrain is that decision-making today affects larger and larger areas. We all interact with areas that are far beyond the borders of where we immediately live. That decision-making requires more detailed and more consistent data, and we need to update that data frequently at manageable cost. So what is Real Terrain? At a top level, Real Terrain is the Leica SPL 100 single photon LiDAR scanning system with the Leica HexMap workflow. The SPL or single photon LiDAR is a highly efficient machine for collecting wide area topographic data, and that's the hardware end of the Real Terrain solution. The software end for processing is Leica HexMap, which is a modular processing software that allows you to collect the data and process all of it. Single photon LiDAR is the logical next step for LiDAR terrain mapping. It allows us to collect large area terrain mapping data at the lowest possible cost per data point, and it dictates high effective pulse rates and the ability to fly high enough to allow the user to cover wide areas while maintaining these high pulse rates. Current technologies have been great at addressing this. They've been able to double their productivity every couple of years, but SPL 100 breaks that barrier at a 6 megahertz effective pulse rate, and we look forward to it getting even more robust over the age. So the Leica SPL 100 is a single photon technology for wide area mapping applications. It was originally developed for surface to satellite range finding, but became a technology accessible to Leica Geosystems in the spring of 2016 with the acquisition of Sigma Space Corporation. These technologies use a lower power laser and 100 optical outputs to create an effective 6 megahertz pulse rate, and this high pulse rate is what helps to lower the cost per data point. As I said, Leica HexMap for Real Terrain is the workflow that's used for all of our Leica airborne sensors, and we're adapting specific modules to allow production of SPL 100 data. The process allows us to collect imagery from SPL 100, which includes both LiDAR data and medium format camera data, and process it all in one single application. We can accelerate the delivery through distributed processing and create output in a variety of industry standard formats and projection systems. This allows us to deliver data in formats such as shaded relief, color-coded by elevation, grayscale by intensity, natural color RGB, or color IR encoded data. So the motto of our system is Leica Real Terrain, be efficient. So that's a quick review of the Leica SPL 100 and HexMap workflow combined to form the Real Terrain productivity package. And over here, we have the actual SPL system. Oh, okay. So anyway, the Leica SPL 100 system uses a single photon LiDAR technology, as I mentioned earlier, to generate 6 million laser shots per second, every one capable of multiple returns from the terrain below. And what this does is allow us to collect massive amounts of information over wide areas very efficiently, and the net result is you get a low cost per data point for data acquisition. As I was saying in the presentation earlier, the data collected by this system is processed with our Leica HexMap workflow, and that workflow allows the collection and processing and production of data products for both the airborne LiDAR component as well as for the medium format camera, allowing you to deliver orthophoto information in either natural color or RGB or color infrared, CIR, as well as LiDAR data products of the typical point cloud variety, either colorized or non-colorized. Thank you.